Welcome back, everyone. This is Thomas Triple T Time with another new bullish crypto analysis. Before we dig in, when you find value at any time in this video, feel free to smash the like, ring my bell, hit subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comment section. And as always, my content is for edutainment, not financial advice. Let's dig in and take a look at the Bitcoin daily chart. It's been a couple days since I did this because I was sick, but I'm back with a better voice. So, I'm not sure if it's a better voice, but normal voice. So, as you know, BTC rallied on March 9th and broke several resistance levels, including the 42K level right here. It went up from here. This is the ascending triangle resistance, and that was roughly around 39.4. Broke this one too at 40.7K, 42K, and then all the way up to, that's the different one. It's this one. It broke up 42K and then ended up at 42.6K before dropping down right here. And guess what? It's back inside the ascending triangle that we've had on this chart. And it's currently at 38.9K. And right smack in the middle of this zone here. So this ascending triangle, just to review, we have the resistance here at 39.4K, I think. Yep, 39.4K. And the resistance currently is at this one right here, and that's around 38. Let's see here, 38.4K. So what's also interesting is that it broke above, during the rally, it broke above the 50-day moving average and also went near the top of the Bollinger Band, but not quite the top. And so what I ended up doing was drawing this lower highs here, D41, just to see what it would do, see if it's going to bounce inside that or not. Because it seems weaker on this rally versus this rally and this rally here. So we'll see. And you can see that the wick, this current candle wick right here, it wicked above the 50-day moving average, but then it came back down right here. So that can be acting as a resistance right now on the 50-day moving average. And down below, it's continuing to use this higher lows slash ascending triangle support, D32, and bouncing off of it. So it's going to squeeze itself inside here unless we get some kind of bullish news, like Biden's leaked info about his cryptocurrency executive order, etc. But in the meantime, unless there's something dramatic like that, it's probably going to bounce inside this triangle and squeeze itself in here. And they're either going to break above or break below. There's no choice. Additionally, you can see this horizontal red line here, right at roughly 38.9. That red line there is the highest volume traded price level. And so it's literally hanging right there. What we also want to look at here is in the past, when it rallied up near the its highest is right here at 44K roughly, and then sometimes it goes above that, but on average it rallies up to around 44K. Here it went up as high as 45.8K right here, and here it rallied all the way up as high as 45.3K, but on average it at least rallied up to here. The fact that it didn't rally all the way up there and it stopped short here at this level, which is also interesting. These dashed lines here, I've had in here for a long time. And it's interesting that it adheres to that and using that as a resistance. This previously was support also. So support and resistance, it can use both. It can use one as both. So it's just interesting that it adheres to these support and resistance levels. Here it went all the way up, dropped back down to support, went back all the way up to resistance, dropped back down. And so it's adherent to certain patterns, because here it went back and used this as a resistance. And then I'll show you another one here, right here, this line right here, This candle dropped literally the body right to this ascending triangle resistance before it dropped further on the next candle down to here. So this gives you an opportunity to, if you were going to trade in a range like intraday or swing trade, you know that right now it's adhering to this support level right down here. So you can use that as where you enter. You buy when it hits this support level, and then you can sell, layer out your sells, layer out at certain points. For example, here would be a good layer out position right here, roughly around 41.9K, or maybe just go slightly lower, or 40.8K or something like that, just slightly lower, and save some to layer out here, and then save a tiny bit to layer up on top here if it hits there. If it doesn't, that's okay. You still had it pretty low down here. So that's one strategy you can use to swing trade or trade intraday. Again, that's not financial advice. That is edutainment. But you can at least you can gather up more BTC and put in your bag in the meantime while we stay in this correction. And it seems like a long correction because we've been in this since November. So that's some idea for you. What else? Supports. What are if it breaks down below here? So before we get there, the tendency is, if you notice right here in this zone right here, Bitcoin has been trading in this horizontal zone right where my cursor is moving for quite some time. The probability of it moving to the upside is higher, at least up to the 44K range and 42K range. It's higher. There are more chances of it moving higher than there are chances of it moving lower if you look at this channel right here. So that's bullish, in my opinion, and that's good. We haven't seen any macro or geopolitical event that would drop it back into the low 30s, and I'm curious what that macro or geopolitical event would be to cause Bitcoin to drop all the way down. In the meantime, it continues to put in higher lows. So that's very positive. Additionally, volume in the last 7 days, you can see here, starting here, it's been creeping up. It's been ascending. All right. I'm not sure I haven't looked at the other exchanges, but usually they're about similar. So that's bullish in my opinion. Let's go down to the indicators. On the KDJ, the white J line deflected down. It went up here, almost touched the blue K and the reddish D line, and then bounced back down. And it's sloping slightly down from there. It went from 21.3. I'm sorry. It's currently at around 21.3 when I created this chart. That's slightly bearish. That it did that. Let's go down to MACD. The white MACD line, you can't see it here, but I'll zoom in for you. The white MACD line right here, it bounced up against the red signal line and then bounced down. It couldn't penetrate it. And you can see it got lighter here on the histogram bar and how it shrunk in the height and bounced back down, creating more reddish histogram bars here. Zoom back out. And so that put it at, it dropped down to negative 334 when I created this chart. It may be lower now, but so that's bearish. That's the sixth reddish histogram bar. For the RSI, the red RSI right here, it peaked right here in the, like, if you count the last few days, it peaked at around 54.53 and then trended down to 46.07. Again, for RSI, 50 is the middle point. So I gave that a bear and a crab because even though it's trending down, if you look at the week average, it's still pretty much crabbing sideways, even though it's trending down. The aqua CVD line, it peaked right here at 1,809,474 and trended down. It peaked, then trended down to roughly 1,801,587. I gave that a bear. It's because it's a slope, a steeper slope. The white cumulative volume, the white momentum indicator, it peaked right here, right there, roughly at 4,242, and then dropped significantly down to negative 5,643, and I gave that a bear. So overall, this chart, I gave it 2 crabs and a bear. Previously, I gave it, before this move right here, I gave it 2 crabs and a bull. And that was pretty accurate, it crab sideways and then boom. But right now I'm going to give it 2 crabs and a bear, because I think there's, after it makes these rally moves, it tends to, once it get back into this triangle or this horizontal channel, it tends to hang there for a few days before it makes another move. That's its pattern so far. So I gave it a bear at the end here. What you also want to know is that, like I mentioned previously, it has a tendency to move up. But when it moves up, it needs a period of consolidation first. Period of consolidation moves up. Period of consolidation moves up. Period of consolidation moving up. You also want to look at this pattern though. You have more days here. This is roughly about 2 weeks. And then this is about a week. And this is shorter. So it's just getting shorter and shorter in periods of consolidation. And I'm not sure if that's going to continue or not. So here, based on these averages, we can expect 1 or 2 days in here and then see what happens. So that's what you want to keep an eye out for. But yeah, it has a multi-day wise, it has like a week's worth. It has a tendency to pop up. But intraday, it could retest the support level on this higher low and ascending triangle support here. Let's look at the heat map. I know some of you missed the heat map since I got sick, but here it is. Currently, we have several, there's really no big walls up on top. We got some little cell walls on top, roughly at around 40K, and we got one small one at 39.4K. But we have bigger walls down below for the buy walls. Buy walls continue to be at 35K, at 225 in size, make it 226. Down below that, we have 32K, which has been there for a bit of time, and that's roughly at almost 300. Down below at 30,000, and this has been here for a long time. And that's drops down a little bit. It was over 600. Now it's down to roughly 597 or so. It was around 620 for a little bit days ago. Also notice here at 29K, this yellow wall is coming in a little bit brighter. It's increasing. So that size is 191. So yeah, there's still resistance build, not resistance, support down below here. And it seems like there are people who are betting that it could go down, and the possibility is there. I don't know what the macro environment or the geopolitical incident or event that would cause it to go there, but the possibility is there. You just don't know with President Putin. So I'm glad to be back doing this daily chart. So I appreciate your time. Feel free to smash the like, ring my bell, hit subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comment section. Peace.